Welcome back to our continuing OnShape tutorial series. Let's take a look at building a birdhouse today. In building this birdhouse, we're going to actually use the assembly mode, which means we're going to create several different parts and then combine them together to make the overall birdhouse. We see here we've got a basic box, a roof, and we have two holes that go straight through the whole assembly. So let's go ahead and look at how to make this. I'm going to create a new document here, and I'm going to title it Birdhouse. Now, as it's creating this document, we'll look down here at the bottom and we see that we have several tabs available. By default, it opens up into Part Studio 1, which is where we make our pieces. But if we add additional parts through this plus sign, what we can do is take all those parts and pull them into the Assembly tab, where we can put them together in various ways to make a much larger, more complex shape. To help keep myself organized, I'm going to right-click on Part Studio 1, and I'm going to rename this House, just to keep track of it. Let's go ahead and look at the sketch that we're going to follow here. We see here that we have a 2-inch across by 3-inch high bird box, and based on the top house, or the top view here, we see that it is perfect square. So 2 inches across the front, 2 inches back, and then we raise it 3 inches in height. So let's go ahead and create that first. I'm going to create a sketch on my top view here and rotate my view around, and I'm going to use the rectangle tool. So click the rectangle. I need 2, enter, 2, enter. So now we have a 2-inch square. I'm going to end that sketch, rotate my view, and I'm going to extrude. Let's click on that shape, and I'm going to extrude it up 3 inches. Now I have my main shape that I can carve away, because what we're going to do is we're going to carve away this 1.2 by 1.2 square, and we're going to carve that down so we have kind of an even space all the way around. We notice here that the square is 0.4 inches from the edges. That's important. We're going to see that with our dimension tool. Let's create a sketch on the top of the object here, and in creating that sketch, let's go ahead and make another rectangle. And 1.2, enter, 1.2, enter. Let's use our dimension tool now. So I'm going to dimension the left sides to be 0.4 inches apart. Now let's take this top, and we need it to be 0.4 inches from the top there. So now that square is perfectly centered within the overall shape. Let's finish the sketch and rotate around. We're going to extrude and then select this inner square. You notice that by default it tries to add material. It's pulling up, and I actually want to carve down into the shape. So I'm going to select the Remove tab here, and we begin to see that it goes down inside. We can see that hollow piece here where it's actually hollowing out the center. How far down, however, is not explicitly stated here on this shape. The only clue we have is the fact that from the front view, this section here seems to be even all the way around, and up here we see that it's 0.4 inches is what was used. If we take the 3-inch height and subtract 0.4, we get a height of 2.6. I'm going to finish this, and then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to our view, our camera and render options, and we're going to change it to shaded with hidden edges and rotate to our front. And we look here, we see the line for the hollow space, and if we look carefully, we notice that it does appear to be even all the way around, which means that it's probably 0.4 for this gap here. That should have been explicitly put on there instead of making us try to guess just out of technique. Let's go ahead and come back here to our birdhouse. We're almost done. We need one more thing. We need to add a hole for the bird to get in. And we see from this sketch that the hole goes all the way through. Now, if we look right here, we see that we have a hole that is 0.4 inches in diameter. Now, the more important thing to look at is how far above the bottom, because we can see it is perfectly centered horizontally, but vertically it is not. We notice here that the bottom of the hole is 2.04 inches from the bottom, which means we have two ways to do this. We can measure from the bottom of the hole, or we can measure from the center of the hole. And if it's the center of the hole, we need to add half of this diameter to this distance here. Let's go ahead and create a sketch on our front view. I am going to turn off that shaded with hidden edges so I can see a little clearer what I'm doing. I'm going to create a circle. Now I know it is perfectly centered left and right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move along the top and find that center point for the top edge and then come down. And as long as I have that dotted line, I know that when I click, that circle is going to be centered. And the circle is 0.4 inches in diameter. Now what I need to do is take the dimension tool and dimension how high it is. Now I can dimension from the center here, and if I dimension from the center, I'm going to use 2.24 inches, but I can also dimension to the bottom, but I do not want to select the circle first. If I select the circle first, it's going to guess that I want to change the diameter, which is not what I want to do. I'm going to click here on the bottom, and then I'm going to click on the circle, and now I can type 2.04, and it's going to position that where I want it, and that will match exactly the dimensions seen here. Let's go ahead and finish that and rotate so I can see my shape at an angle again. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and I'm going to extrude. Now just like before, I want to remove material, and this time I'm going to click my circle. Automatically by default, it goes to the center of the shape. I want to go all the way through, so I'm going to take and drag this arrow all the way out past the other side, and we see it creates a second hole. Let's go ahead and finish that. Now I have my bird box, the box portion of my house, and we've got the hole centered in there. So we're done with this part now. So let's go ahead and create the roof. So I'm going to click this plus sign and create Part Studio. And we're going to rename this. Let's rename it Roof. Here is the sketch of what I want to make. If I'm looking down from above, I have a 4-inch by 4-inch square. However, I also need to raise the center of it 0.5 inches to make a triangular shaped roof. There's several ways to do this. What we're going to do is we're going to actually carve away just like we've done with the house itself. And we're going to do that by first creating the overall shape in our front view. We need a rectangle here. And I'm going to make the rectangle 4 inches across and 0.5 inches tall. And I'm going to go ahead and finish this. We're going to extrude this, and we're going to extrude that shape 4 inches. Now what I can do is I'm going to come to the front view, and I'm going to create another sketch right here on the front of the object. Now to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark these shapes here. I'm going to mark some triangles here in the corner that we can carve away. To do that, I'm going to use my line tool. And I'm going to select the bottom left corner, and I'm just going to come up here. Let's find the center point. There's the center point, so click, and I'm going to come back down to make the shape. Now for this to work properly, I have to complete the shape. I cannot just draw a line like this. So if I draw a line here and I try to finish it, we notice that there's no thick black line along these two edges, just like we see here. What that means is this is not a complete shape, and I will not be able to extrude that properly. So I do need to finish this. I'm going to come up and then mark that away. Anything that I want to carve away and either add or remove has to be a completed shape when I come out of that sketch mode. Now let's go ahead and extrude. I'm going to click here and click here, and we see that it's adding material, which is not what I want to do. So I actually want to remove material here. I'm going to remove, and let's just drag that arrow all the way through, and now we have that roof shape, and it matches what we want to see here. So my roof is now done. Now let's come over here to assembly mode. And we come over here to assembly mode, and I need to pull in the house and the roof. So I'm going to come up to the insert menu and select the house and then place it. And then I'm going to select the roof and place it over here. Now that I have both shapes in there, I can go ahead and finish the insertion portion of this. Now, in building in assembly mode, what we use is we use these various mate features that are along the top. And since I want to use the top of the house and the bottom of the roof, I want to use a planar mate because it's like creating a single plane between the two. we notice that as we move on the object, there's lots of these connection points that we could use. And what it is when I select a connection point on the two parts, it's going to connect it at that particular point. I do want to center this, so let's go ahead and we're going to select the center of the bottom of the roof. And I'm going to come up here to the house, and I'm going to move in, and what I've got to do is I've got to get this center point right here. And let's zoom out. Maybe it'll make it a bit easier. There we go. I need to click that point. When I was zoomed in, it kept wanting to switch to a different face of it. So now I've got the top face. I'm going to select here, and we see it joins it together right in the center of both pieces. So I'm going to finish that because that's what I wanted to do. And now we have a completed birdhouse. Feel free to give this a shot on your own. See if you can make your own birdhouse to go along with it. Follow along with the measurements to make it exact like mine, or you can try messing around and making some different measurements to make it completely your own. Thank you for watching, and feel free to hit that subscribe button to keep up with all future tutorials here at Myth Badger Videos.